Hey, welcome back to the Cash PG Lunch Hour podcast. This is your host, Aaron LeBauer. And today we're going to talk about five strategies to crush your goals and dominate in 2023. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit like, subscribe, click the notification bell, or maybe it's like, subscribe, click the notification bell, something like that. As always, it helps if you're watching this, you're watching maybe me record this live in the Cash PT Nation, comment team live. If you're listening to this on the podcast and you want to catch these live sometimes, lately I've been recording the podcasts in the Cash PT Nation Facebook group, just because I can kill two birds with one stone, or I don't know, eat the whole part of the pig. I can do a live, we can do a podcast, I can put this on YouTube. So if you want to do that, be sure you go to Facebook and look for Cash PT Nation. It should say Aaron LeBauer's Cash PT Nation, something like that. Request to join, we'll get you in. I'll send you some free gifts on the way in. I was going to say, as always, it helps if you're watching this on YouTube or in Facebook or maybe on Instagram, somewhere where there's a comment thing. It always helps to comment your insights or aha moments or even your questions, or just saying, hey, team live, team replay, hey, what's up, Aaron? Give me a high five. Because what it does is it feeds the algorithm and just puts this in front of even more people who need help and need to see this and want to help more people. Because really what this is all about is helping more people. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. The process is like, I love it. I want to do this. I want to do more of it. And today what I want to do is talk about 5 strategies to crush your goals and dominate in 2023. Look, like these are something I just sat down. I was like, what am I going to talk about today? I got to share something. I've got it. And it just took me a few minutes of just like goofing off and swing. Like I didn't even exercise yet today. I got to go home and exercise. But generally it's like that moment, that bulb will click. And I was like, 5. I was like, oh, what are the 5? And I was like, boom, 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 boom. I got them down. And here's what they are. I'm going to start with number 1. Go all in. You need to get ready to go all in. Just playing it safe, because you're going to have to just play it longer. Playing it safe may not even give you the results that you're looking for. If you're working for someone else, how much do you make in a day? Maybe $300, maybe $500. I even had a client in our one of our new clients in our Platinum Mastermind saying, okay, she could make $1,000 working for this other place one day a week. Maybe it's an even shake. Okay, most people aren't making $1,000 a day. And if you are, you're seeing a lot more than 4 people working a lot longer than 4 hours. But if you are working for someone else and you're putting equity into their business, your time and effort and energy, you're not putting it into your own business. Your own business is going to take a lot longer to grow. You might go make $300, but all you got to see is 2 of your own patients in a day to make the same amount of money. That's what most people experience, even doctors of physical therapy. You make about $250, $300 a day, maybe $500 if you're lucky. That's a lot, I think, for an employee working for someone else. So some people who own their own businesses don't make that much money. They just don't. But my point is it's time to go all in. It is time to go all in. Go all in on your own business. Invest in yourself. Trust yourself. Just do it. You got a second job because you need to make $12,000 a month and your own business is only bringing in 6 and you got another job. Well, I guarantee you, once you quit that job and get a little uncomfortable, you'll grow your own business even faster because you'll have more time to grow your business. You'll have more income coming in. You'll help even more people in a more meaningful way, and you'll be happy. I mean, there's many of our mastermind members who are like, I'm making more and more time with our kids. I've got one person who was like, I'm making a little bit less or the same, but you know what? We've actually taken 4 weeks of vacation this year and spent more time with our kids. It's like, that's a win. I mean, time is a currency, not just money. So 2023 is your year to go all in. Just do it. Where they call it burn the ships, right? The Vikings would invade an island or a land somewhere. They'd land and they'd burn their ships. So now they have no choice but to fight to win. There's no turning back. And that's what you need to do. And that's what you need to go all in on. Okay, number 2, fall in love with the process. I was just sharing this on the Instagram stories, how 5 years ago, I love to ski. I've tried snowboarding. Don't like it that much, but I love snow skiing. I love riding bikes. Well, there's a lot of things I love, but I love going snow skiing. And I was trying to figure out, how do I do like a ski trip with some coaching clients? I think this was before I had my mastermind group. I was like, how do I do it? Like, I had young kids. I didn't have as much time to get away. I was trying to figure out, like, what could I do? Like, do I find 15 people who want to ski, who already ski, and then maybe they want to come, learn some business? And I had like a handful of people, and I had some ideas, and it just never really worked out. And the goal was, let's go skiing and get a ski trip paid for. But then it just didn't work out. And then COVID came along, and we did our mastermind meetings on Zoom like everyone else. And then this year in May and then September, I was able to do 2 of them in person finally. And I was like, I'm doing them in Greensboro because it's easier. I can control it easier. I control all the variables I can control. Because if I have to push it out, because I can, like even last February, I wanted to do one in Greensboro, and we just moved it because of COVID. So I did 2, and now I'm like, well, I can definitely do one in person, and we've done 2 in person, and everything's good. And here's what we're gonna do: let's do one in February in Denver. My brother lives in Denver. A friend of mine who also lives out in Colorado, and I was like, I've done a mastermind event in Denver, and I said, okay, let's do it in Denver. And I was like, you know what? I was like, let's do the event on Saturday and Sunday. We typically do it Thursday, Fridays, like in February, May, and September. But I said, let's do it on Saturday and Sunday at the hotel, and then go skiing the 2 days after. And really, I was like, let's go skiing the 2 days after, but I don't want to ski on Saturday and Sunday at Breckenridge because it's way crowded on the weekend. So we're doing our business event Saturday and Sunday, and then we're doing skiing on Monday and Tuesday. And then I'm going to fly home Wednesday. And guess what? The whole thing's a write-off, because I'm going to be with physical therapists talking about business. It's a write-off for me. It's a write-off for all my clients. And I'm getting paid to be there. And so basically, I'm skiing for free. I mean, not skiing, nothing's free. But, it's like, how do I get paid to go skiing? Like, how do I write off a ski trip? Well, there you have it. I'm taking my coaching clients skiing. And there are many of them that don't ski. Some snowboard and some don't. And they're just going to come hang out and go in the spa. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe learn to ski. Maybe someone's going to go learn to ski. But the lesson here is I was focused on the outcome, and the outcome wasn't showing up. So then just by focusing on the process of doing what's right for my clients, the opportunity presented itself. And this happens in so many different ways. Like for people that want to start a business and they're like, I've got to make money. Well, everything comes across like focused on making money. And it's not focused on helping the person in front of them. Whether you're in in-network practice, you're in a coaching business, you're trying to sell something, you're just trying to become an entrepreneur, but you don't know what your niche is. You're trying to force something. If you fall in love with the process is fun. The outcome will show up for you when it's the right time, because you're so good at the process. And that's why, like, I might fuck off all day today because it's a Wednesday. I came into work at 3:00 today. Well, I got up at 8 and worked for an hour. And then now I'm here at work and it's 6:11 and I'm going to record a podcast and I'm going to go home and work out, eat some dinner. And then I might actually do some work over the weekend, because you know what? I love the process. I love it. Like, the process is awesome. The results are just a byproduct of loving my work. So fall in love with the process, and the results are going to come. And the results will come a whole lot faster if, number 3, these next ones are going to tell you how to get that a whole lot faster. Number 3, you have to surround yourself with like-minded people. There's nothing worse than sharing your dreams and goals and aspirations with someone and them shooting it down because they don't believe it's possible for anybody, because they're a crab in the bucket. So you have to surround yourself with like-minded people. What's worse than talking about, I wrote about this in the emails, like, you talk about money. Here's my goal for next year. I'm trying to figure out how to maintain, I think I said this to my brother once. He said, what are you working on? I said, well, I'm trying to figure out how do I maintain $30,000 a month in recurring revenue. And he was like, what? And this is the guy that writes $1 million grants, for a machine the size of a football field, and manages 30 employees. But maybe he was looking at it like, 30,000 coming into my bank account or whatever. It was just like, I was like, oh, like, okay, this isn't the conversation to have with brother Dave. It's been a little easier in the last few years, but that was like 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, oh, it's a disconnect, right? And that wasn't the worst thing, but that was just an incident that sticks out in my mind. But there's some people who've always said, "Oh, don't talk about money at dinner." And I was at dinner with my my dad and uncles and some of their friends, and a couple of them are in business. And I'd just come back from Funnel Hacking Live, and I was like, I got an award. And what my uncle said, "What's the award for?" I said, "For it's making $1 million in one funnel." He's like, "Well, what's a funnel?" I was like, "Well, it's like I didn't even say that. I said it's like making $1 million through one website." And he was like, "Oh, he said, that's a lot of money." And I said, he has plenty of money too. I said, "No, it's not." I said, $1 million isn't very impressive. I said, what's impressive is giving away $10 million. And there was an award at Funnel Hacking Live for someone to give away $10 million. So that's impressive. So, and maybe he's just like, he's one of those uncles that always just kind of like bust your balls, right? But at the same time, it's like, it's $1 million in a funnel. A 2 Comma Club award is impressive. But when you get it and you stand up there and you look around and see who's doing this, I'm like, what's impressive? Giving away 10 million. That's fucking impressive. What I have to do is surround myself with like-minded people. And, family aside, I can't really, they're not harming me in any way. I'm not going to cut them out of my life. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to go to events where people, I can't have a conversation with them. So Funnel Hacking Live was great. It's the first event I'd been to in 2.5 years where there's other people running online businesses, online coaching businesses, doing marketing and sales. And I've been to CSM, PPS many times. I've been to other industry events and just laughed at the presentations of here's how to shake a doctor's hand to get referrals. There's it's like, oh, succession planning. I'm like, succession planning. I'm like, okay, that's not where my business is at right now, or what I would remotely ever do. There's all these things that are being offered that have no relevance to what I need in my business. They're not like-minded people because they think that not taking insurance is unethical. They think that, there's plenty of people that message me all the time. They're like, not taking insurance is unethical. I don't really understand, and I want to argue you about it, etc. I don't want to be around those people. I need to surround myself with like-minded people. So, what I've done is I paid for 2023 $20,000 for it's called Operation Black Site. Me and a bunch of other entrepreneurs who have more money and more followers and more success than I do. We're going to meet 3 times a year. And we're going to do shoot houses. We're going to learn self-defense strategies. We're going to learn business strategies. Really, it's about networking and working out and being active. We're going to do some cool shit. It's going to be dope. There's going to be MMA fighters, Navy SEALs, people like that, doing training. It's dope. You know what? I spent $20,000 to do it. And when I heard about the opportunity, I was like, I'm absolutely doing it. No questions asked. Because I know it's worth it. Because I'm going to go make some connection that's going to help me make an extra $1 million, and I'm gonna have fun doing it. So I'm putting myself in a room with like-minded people. That's why I belong to masterminds. That's why I go to events, that speak to me. That's why I don't go to PPS, because they're not like-minded people. Number 4, work with a coach or mentor. I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna tell you're probably thinking, oh, that it's self-serving because Aaron's a coach and he makes money coaching people. Well, look, that's your brain trying to protect you. That's probably really normal. But what I'm going to tell you is, you know what? I believe it, because for the hundreds of thousands of dollars I've spent on coaches and mentors, it's helped me make $1 million in a year in a funnel. I have more success right now than I ever thought possible. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't for my coaches or mentors. But you know what? I'm really great at using my hands. I've been a massage therapist for over 20 years. I can treat patients in my sleep. I help people. You've heard me say, people used to say, Aaron, you're the first person to touch me or hurt. You know what? I had a mentor. John Barnes was a mentor of mine. Alan Ling, Bob Duvall. They're all physical therapists who've all been mentors of mine. I have mentors for clinical practice, and I have business mentors. John Schumacher. I have Lewis Howes, Bedros Keuilian, Taki Moore. I've got mentors, and they've all paid for themselves, not because they've done any work for me, but because I've taken action on the ideas that they've given me, because I'm coachable. I had a mentor racing bicycles, Jeff Lackey, Chris Black. I had coach Ashley Powell, even Jonas Carney, Eddie Gregus. I don't know if you guys race bikes, but you know those guys. They were mentors to me in small ways. If you want to be successful in business, you need to have a coach or a mentor. You need to be willing to pay for it. A good mentor is going to show you how to double your money, if not 10x your money. But it's not going to work if you're not going to work it. That's really up to you. Get a coach or a mentor, or join a mastermind group, something like that. I have one. I'd love to have you in it, but it's not for everybody. I'm not for everyone. I got red hair, beard, 2 earrings. Not everyone jives with that look. I'm 6'3". Maybe you don't like my jokes, but just find someone, because it's going to help you succeed, and I want you to win. And if you work with me, great. That's awesome. And if you don't, no worries. I want you to win. Keep listening. All right. Number 5, get a ticket to join us at PT Biz Con. PT Biz Con is going to be March 17th and 18th, 2023. It's going to be live and in person. You want access to the most cutting edge marketing and sales strategies for physical therapists that no one's teaching you. You're not going to learn at PPS or CSM, because you know what? They don't want me to speak there. They've denied me plenty of times. I told you about surrounding yourself with like-minded people and working with a coach or mentor. You can find those at PT BizCon. We're going to do networking. You're going to learn marketing strategies, sales strategies. I'm going to give you something there that you can do right on your phone to get traction while you're at the event. My goal is that for the couple $100 you pay for a ticket, is that you come to the event and I make you that money back, if not more. And one of the other things we're going to do is we're going to raise money for Stan the Haiti Project. Last year, we donated $6,000, which covered about 3/4 of a year's of a PT's salary. The goal this year is to raise $9,000 to pay for a full year's salary. But really, I want to pay for a full year PT and a full year PTA, which is going to be like $14,000. I want to raise that money at PT BizCon, give it away. Like I said, I'm on the road to giving away 10 million, and we got to start with 14,000. You join us at PT BizCon, because at PT BizCon, you are going to get connected, inspired. You're going to get recharged and ready to go out the gate and go home and fight for what's yours and dominate in business this year. And by dominate, I mean you need to be the go-to local physical therapist for musculoskeletal injuries, or maybe you're the neurotherapist or pediatrics. You need to be number one. And in business is not like a kumbaya game. Business is kind of like rugby. I'm going to go out and I'm going to pound the shit out of you for 60 minutes. And then at the end of the day, maybe we can go drink beers. But if you're my competitor, I'm probably not drinking beers with you, But, some of the people, like who are coaches in physical therapy, like I'm going to drink a beer with them for sure. But when we're out playing the game, like I take this shit seriously. And I play to win. And if you're one of my coaching clients, you know that you're under my protection and I'll go to bat for you no matter what. And when you come to PT BizCon, that's what you're going to experience. You're going to learn how to dominate. You're going to be a part of the tribe. You're going to be a part of the Cash PT Nation. You're going to be under our protection. You're going to be part of our crew. You are going to be on the winning team, because what we're here all about is getting out there to win. What are we winning? We're winning the battle against MRIs, unnecessary surgery, microdiscectomies when patients haven't even been to physical therapy. How are we going to save people from blood clots, hospital-borne infections, etc., if physical therapy isn't part of the conversation? And this is all about making it part of the conversation, marketing directly to patients, changing the mindset of Americans so that they know when they hurt, they need to get a total body diagnostic. I know that when I tweak my back, I need to go see a PT and get a total body diagnostic. You know what? The only person that offers that right now is Aaron LeBauer and Aaron LeBauer's coaching clients, right? So, maybe not all my coaching clients do. So in Greensboro, you can't get one of those from anyone but me. And if the marketing makes you think that Kleenex is the only brand of Kleenex to blow your nose in, then you're going to go buy Kleenex. And that's what we're going to teach you how to do, is to make sure that patients are getting the care that they need and you have the life and lifestyle and time that you want. The whole reason you signed up for becoming a physical therapist was to have meaningful relationships and interactions with your patients and people that hurt, not for spending 2 to 3 hours a day writing treatment notes. Does that make sense? So you want to crush your goals and dominate in 2023, you need to go all in. You need to fall in love with the process. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Find a coach. Pay them. Do what they say. And get a ticket to join us at PT Biz Con so we can get you on the right track and give you a 90-day game plan to crush your goals and go from there. So I'd love to know what was most helpful for you. What was something you learned, or what's something you're going to do. You can screenshot this, shout us out on Instagram, post on Instagram, tag me at Aaron LeBauer. Comment below, let me know. And I'll see you on the next show, where coming up, we'll probably be interviewing a couple of the guests from PT Biz Con. I'll definitely be talking about them as more details come out and we solidify those things, sponsors, etc. But for right now, if you want to get a ticket to PT Biz Con, go to ptbizcon.com. I will put a link below the video to get a ticket. Right now, there's early bird tickets available. The price is going to go up soon. And at the moment, I think that, if you're listening to this at the right time, you can go and get a buy one, give one ticket, where you buy a ticket to PT BizCon. You buy a ticket to PT BizCon, you can give one to your partner. Like you have a partner, a spouse, a friend, a coworker or colleague that needs to be there. You can give them a ticket, invite them to come join us in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is not going to be on Zoom. It's going to be in person. We're going to shake hands, hugs, high fives. We're going to take selfies and ussies together. And we're going to do a lot of networking and hanging out. We'll drink a beer and eat some food, break some bread, and have a great time while also helping a lot of people at the same time. So see you there, ptbizcon.com. See you on the next show. Peace.